Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Star Wars in a Galaxy, watching all the stars we can get our hands on. I'm Eli.
I'm Jacob.
And today, we are back with another Star Wars in a Galaxy bracket stream. I don't want to look at how long it's been since we've had one of these, because it's more than it's been at least 7 or 8 months. Either way, we're so excited to be back. We're so excited to be back looking at the bounty hunters of the galaxy. Let me bring up that image right over here. The bounty hunters of the galaxy, with our great guest that we will be bringing on very shortly. Jacob, do you have anything else to say about this before we bring our panelists on to talk about the best bounty hunters in the Star Wars galaxy?
No, I'm super excited. I think I've got some great picks. I'm feeling confident. I'm ready.
Absolutely. Actually, that's another thing before I bring our guest on, actually. I will. I'm going to post the link to our bracket in the comments section. Here it is right here. If you want to look, I'm going to quickly on YouTube pin. There it is. The bracket is pinned, so everybody can watch along as we debate. Eric Hagrin is a fantastic character. Did not make the cut, unfortunately, for anybody. There are some not notable exceptions. The biggest exception, I think, the biggest bounty hunter, like the most well-known bounty hunter, I feel like that is not on the list, I think it's probably Greedo. I guess somebody should have just.
It was tough to see Greedo left off, but
see, that's what happens when you don't shoot first. That's
not a very successful. Not a very successful career. All told.
I do love that episode with Sphere of Influence that he's in the Clone Wars, though. I will say that. But either way, let's bring on.
He has his moments in the Clone Wars. He has his moments in the Clone Wars for sure.
Let's bring on our panelists here. We have from Broaxium and the Imperial Senate podcast, we have Clare Chapman here.
What's up?
I see already you're throwing some shots at Greedo.
He's a clown. Of course.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's just
we're talking the best bounty hunters here.
For the first bounty hunter we meet in Star Wars, it is very funny that he's just
it's a letdown.
It's very funny that from formerly of the Nerd Herder podcast and from my texts to them, basically daily begging them to bring the show back, we have Cooper and J-Dub.
Howdy. It's never going to happen.
You don't know how eager I am waiting for it to come back. I swear to God.
I know.
Never say
Maybe
never.
Someday.
No pressure except for all the pressure. And finally, we have M here.
Hi, everybody.
And I think M is. I remember we had you on the Mandalorian one. I think M's the only returning guest here, except for M is the only returning guest here. But Cooper and Jada and Claire, we're so glad to have you talking about the bounty hunters. Here's how it's going to work, Jacob. If you can get your timer set to 45 seconds.
Oh boy.
Everybody's going to have 45 seconds to say what they want about their bounty hunter they're defending. Each one of us has 3 bounty hunters we're defending. It is a bracket of 18. We're going to be whittling it down all the way to the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. You can. Oh yeah, we're going to be pretty flexible about you could go a second or over, just when Jacob holds up the timer, just start to wind down. But if you go a second over, no harm, no foul. All right, so we have our 2 play-ins to fill the 2 slots of the Fatal 16 or whatever we're going to call it. First up, let's get our. It's been too long since I've gotten to use this StreamYard format. I'm so glad we get to see this again. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. God, I love that. In the debating pit first, or whatever we're going to call it, Jacob and Claire have this first slot. Claire, you are going to be defending. Your defendant for this round is indeed Dengar.
My guy.
And Jacob is defending Aura Singh. So, Claire, whenever you're ready, Jacob will start the timer, and you can talk to us about Dengar.
All right. So here's the thing about Dengar, right? My guy is consistently hired by everybody across the galaxy. Is he the most glamorous bounty hunter? No. But he gets his work done. The other thing that we love about Dengar, okay, my guy has very good fashion. He loves a trend. He's a survivor, though. First of all, Aura Singh pushed off a cliff, not alive. Dengar has been a bounty hunter for, as far as we know, canonically 56 plus years. We're talking Clone Wars era to Force Awakens. The guy is so committed to the craft of bounty hunting that he got all of this cybernetic stuff put on him. He could not get out of the game. He had to become a cyborg, be Rothgar Dang. He's still out there doing it. Also, he's a man who I will talk more about next round.
All right. Jacob, are you ready? I have your timer ready.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Okay, go.
So, you're talking a lot about commitment to being a bounty hunter, but if you want to talk about someone committed to the bounty hunter lifestyle, Aura Singh was literally in the Jedi Order, and she left being a Jedi to pursue bounty hunting. She was known as one of the most ruthless and feared bounty hunters in the entire galaxy. She was an absolute menace during the Clone Wars. She gave Jedi nightmares, literally, in the case of Ahsoka Tano, with all her crazy hijinks. She trained a young Boba Fett. She almost assassinated Mace Windu. She almost succeeded in assassinating Padme Amidala. She was presumed dead on Florin by the Jedi, but the starship crash couldn't take her out. They fished her out of the wreckage. Also, she once vacationed with Zam Wessel in Halcyon Legacy 2, the comic, who is basically our show's unofficial mascot. So she's got that going for her too. And you want to talk about cybernetics? She has a comlink antenna and a biocomputer built into her brain. Sorry, that's all.
Okay, here we go. So give me a second. My StreamYard is glitching out, so I'm going to be back in like 2 seconds. This happens constantly with my browser. It's so goddamn annoying.
I feel like we need referees like toweling y'all down and like.
I'm just over here like.
That's what the cats are for.
All right, here we go.
I know.
So.
There's it's too good of a matchup to be put into play, man.
Right.
I'm disappointed.
These
are two heavy hitters right here.
The four of us up here are voting on who we want to advance forward. If there is a tie, we go to the chat. If the chat is in a tie, I will go to flip a coin, a virtual coin. I will leave it up to Cooper and M and J-Dub. What are you all thinking about who's advancing? Dengar or Aura Singh?
For me, it's Aura. Like,
yeah,
it's
Aura. But in my opinion, that wasn't a fair fight.
No,
no. Dengar is a freaking chomp. So
whoa!
He's resistant.
Blasphemy.
He's that piece of lint that just hangs in there in the vacuum. It just won't get out.
If I went over on time, my notes I realized were in the way of the screen, so I couldn't see Eli signaling to me frantically. If that was what was happening, I do sincerely apologize.
No, we're good. It wasn't that much over.
Okay, I'm sorry if that was the case. Won't happen again.
Might give Dengar a sympathy vote, maybe.
Yay!
Yay, sympathy!
Okay.
He's a survivor, baby. He's like a cockroach. You can't get rid of him.
Poor Dengar, man.
I think I am, but unfortunately, that's not going to be enough.
Sad.
And
poor Dengar.
Aura Singh advances to the next round
Can I say one last thing about him?
Yeah, sure.
My boy is the only bounty hunter on this list that is pro-union. And we love that about him, because when the Empire was about to fall, he sat there and he tried to start a union of bounty hunters knowing that the New Republic was not going to be hiring us. And he literally went to, what's his name? It's in my notes. I forgot his name. Little new bitch boy. It basically is like, hey, by the way, you're about to not have any work, but we should unionize. Oh, no? Nobody wants to listen to me?
Now I really want to know.
Pro-union.
I really want to know who Little New Bitch Boy is.
Is it Mercurial Swift or whoever?
Not anymore.
That's his new name. That's his new name.
Right. And let's go to our next play-in match, which is the final play-in match. I'm really surprised that Eric is the first one. And it comes to the chat to first mention the toilet paper. I'm very surprised that that's the first time. But anyway, here we go. M and Jada. M, you got Sana, Staros, and Jada. Give me a second. You have the Mandalorian, aka Din Djarin.
These matchups feel too good for the first round.
They're so good.
It's insane.
That's the thing. It's like, we have so many killers on this list. It's like someone's gotta go somewhere. Maybe if we had Greedo in here, some of these matchups would feel a bit less crazy in the first round. Just saying.
Needs more.
And whenever you're ready, you got the timer?
I got it, yeah. Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Let's go. All right. Sana, Staros, who else would have the boldness, the audacity, but to enter into a fake marriage with Han Solo? I mean, come on. Like, if that's not a superstar move, I don't know what is. Not to mention the fact that she also got some out of Dr. Aphra. And like, that is one hot piece of peach. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Bounty hunting isn't just about skills. It's not just about the hunting, the sniping, the capturing. It's also about how you're going to swagger across the galaxy. And if anyone has swagger, it's the beautiful Sana Staros. Her gorgeous hair, her fantastic scarves. I mean, come on. She's going to do it with style. Not to mention her incredible lineage. Look at the family she comes from. Artists and other cool people. The end.
Artists.
Beautiful.
Quickly looks at Staros family tree. Okay, never mind.
Whenever you're ready, JW Coop, take it away.
All right,
just Jada.
Just
my bad.
3, 2, 1. So you talk about that bounty hunting is more than just the job, it's the swagger, but nobody has more swagger, and I mean like cowboy and fight swagger than Din Djarin. You want a guy who's going to get the job done, because we are talking about best bounty hunters. It's going to be Din Djarin, who's got a better record than the Mandalorian. A guy so good they named him after the entire race. And if we're putting it on the chart, he is probably the lawful neutral, because he is going to get attached. But if we've learned anything from Luke Skywalker, his boy toy on the other side, attachment can be good. It can get the job done even better. So you want somebody who cares, who gets it done. I think it's the Mandalorian, man. I think he's got the record to show. And not only that, but he too would smash them Solo cheeks.
Perfect place to add.
Yeah.
Can't add better than that.
At all to Sana here, but it's the Mandalorian.
Again, I feel like this wasn't necessarily a very fair fight, but
no, not at all. I did a system when I picked mine that's going to become clear as if I make it far enough.
If I make it far enough, this man says, as he has the Mandalorian, Cad Bane, and Jango Fett.
Yeah.
Stacked.
Yeah. Final two, no matter what.
Like, come on.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay,
But,
but lastly, Sana Staros, discoverer of pink milk.
Oh, we love her.
Ooh.
The problem is I love her so much.
I do too.
just-
I feel bad.
It's okay. If we've
It's
learned
gotta go to
anything
Din.
from my appearances on this channel, it's that I am a very magnanimous loser.
Aw,
No.
Oh,
Well,
I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have fun.
And talk about slapping solo cheeks and
Yeah.
and
apparently,
average cheeks.
Also
getting
extremely
started
valid.
strong.
I just do gotta say, and I'm going to save this for future rounds if I have to justify Din anymore, because I can't I don't want to. I'm trying to be unbiased here. I don't want to give Jada more ammo. So yeah, but yeah, it's the Mandalorian for me. Everybody else is gonna be.
You know, I
Cooper, you
was
have
very
a-
moved by your argument,
So
Em. I'll go with Sana on this one.
I won.
Let's keep it
one
interesting.
vote. This is delightful. This is more than I expected.
oh man. That's-
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like body count versus body count. I don't know. As much-
Double entendre.
Like-
I was gonna say, I love that can mean so many things based on like one.
He gets around, man.
And Cobb Vanth, like freaking.
Oh yeah. Well, that's my thing is Han Solo discount combat in that scenario. You know, I mean,
What's her face, Omara? Like he could have that life on Sorgan if he.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's got so many options, dude.
Sorry, it's gotta go to Din for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want him to be Din.
Yeah. We all would.
By the way, this is not a threat. This is a promise for the best of the rest stream. I'm going to pick Cobb Vanth as one of my options,
Oh
or
my God.
either that will happen, or I will make it my life's mission to destroy whoever steals it from me.
Oh my god.
Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that to me. And I already know, by the way, of one prospective guest who I kind of want to have on that episode who loves Cobb Vanth as much, maybe if not even more than I do. So it's gonna get heated. But anyway, we have 2 votes for Din, 1 for Sana. Cooper, you have the chance to throw this into chaos or make it decisive.
I do like chaos.
Yes. If I know one thing about Cooper, it's that they like chaos.
Agent of Chaos.
You know what? Yeah.
Blow up your marriage. Do it.
The Jacob.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Are they doing that? Are they doing it?
Two. That's
Yes,
2
we're
for
doing
2.
Sana.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Jacob, can you get a timer for what did we do it? I think let's do 90 seconds. Let's do 90 seconds. Let's do
All right.
double time.
We got more time to discuss the solo cheek slapping now.
Oh,
As-
God
as-
bless.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
or
To
unfortunately.
quote Brendan Mulligan, get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Switch
Mr.
your
Taylor.
vote.
Yeah,
I see actually
we've got a vote for Mando.
gives a vote for Din, so that's 3-2. Jacob, you tell us when that timer. I'm gonna
Okay.
get a coin flip ready just in case.
Who's going first? Are we battling for the 90 seconds?
Oh no! The 90 seconds is just to get any comments in.
You
Yeah,
can
people
you
can
can
vote
talk
in the
more.
comments.
Tell us
Yes.
what you want. Like
Mhm.
go,
This is
go-
your
go
final
ham.
plea.
feel like it's-
This
I
is
feel like
democracy.
This is democracy.
Democracy.
I'm.
I was
100%
just gonna keep talking about how brave it was of Sana to get between Han and Leia for
Mm.
that short period of time.
That's
I
So
mean,
that's the
So confidently says she's his wife.
my neurodivergent urge was like you know, the assignment was debate the best bounty hunters, and so like I came at it from the job, but if we're talking like people, like Sana definitely clears in that, and I love Din. He's a golden boy,
He is kind of a loser.
but he's a loser.
He is.
He's very
He is.
dumb.
I will say
He's
Din
ignorant
is
of the world.
one of the greatest Star Wars characters who knows absolutely nothing about Star Wars.
Exactly.
He's a cringe villain. We love it.
We love him though, and
We do.
Yeah,
you know,
we do.
so it's like if it was more personal, I would be voting for Sana as well.
Oh, you're so
Maybe one of my
sweet.
favorite,
Yeah.
maybe my favorite line of all time from The Mandalorian is, "Does this look Jedi to you?"
He says to the kid that can't talk. That's you.
Which is every relative of mine searching for a gift for me in any store. This looks
Like,
almost certain I'm not alone in that.
1000% accurate.
It's looking like we have a Mando victory. Unfortunately for
By the
Sana,
skin of his best.
That's okay.
but
Sana
I
was
think-
represented, and that's what I
Best
came here to do.
Yeah.
there
I
we
think
go.
we got a good.
One vote separated Sana Staros from getting the next round. That was close. As we get into our first round, officially, where we have, let's see. Yes, this is gonna be intense.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
All
like,
right.
oh snap, it's me again.
Yep, Jacob again. Jacob, I'm so sorry, Woodsy, you got in just a little bit too late. But there will be more
Chaotic
chances.
that would have
I'm sure.
been.
Fate of the
I'm
bounty
sure-
on the line.
Look,
I'm
saying
just,
it.
100% sure there will be more chances. Jacob,
I'm just happy it was close.
Jacob, get 90 seconds on the
40.
clock.
Yeah.
Or 45, sorry, 45 on the clock.
I mean,
Jacob, talk about that Django Fett.
I could do
All right.
it.
Whenever you're ready, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1. So as I mentioned with Din, he would be the lawful neutral in the galaxy far, far away. So that would make, in my opinion, Jango Fett the true neutral. When it comes to getting the job done, he's the kind of guy that will take either side no matter what. But he does still have the lines he draws in the sand. But when you think about the fact of who did Aura Singh respect most, who did her love interest Hondo Anaka respect most, who did most in the galaxy respect most in that era, it was Jango Fett, who had the insurmountable odds of living up to his father's legacy, but his own clone, Boba Fett, who went and did his own things. But, I mean, Daddy Jango set that bar real high. And, I mean, if he's good enough to get cloned millions and millions of times to fight the Separatists and kill a bunch of Jedi, I think that makes him pretty much one of the best out there.
You
All
make
right,
some good arguments.
Jacob Aura Singh.
All right.
I see you two
make
have lost a father.
Make some good arguments. I'll give you that. But in that Geonosis arena, when Jango Fett went out like an absolute chump against my man, my guy, my main man, my number one Jedi, Mace Windu, who stepped up to mentor young Boba to become that parental figure in his life. It was Aura Singh. She took Boba Fett under her wing, and I think that in many ways we can also credit her for being a formational force in the legend of Boba Fett. So yeah, I think that in terms of influence, I think Aura Singh, we can credit her historically for
All right.
for as well being pretty darn important.
We can also send her Boba's therapy bill.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
One's not on the board.
Jacob, it's like you're trying to make this easy for me.
Right.
It's like
Oh,
you're
come
trying
on,
to make this
I already know. I already know what you're gonna say, Eli. It
I will also
doesn't.
say, also like, I don't know if anybody saw on the sheet, but I definitely I picked Boba, and then before Jacob got on there, I switched to Django, and then I second guessed myself and switched back to Boba.
Oh my
So
god.
I wanted to keep a lot of keep the other Fed open to others and stuff like that. I wanted to be fair and again all of it. But I love Django so much as a character. I used to love him more than Boba. There's no way I'm not going with Django on this one.
You used to be. I mean, I used to still are, but there was a time when you were like a huge Jango Fett fan. That is
I still
very
am.
true.
I still am, and that this game is damn good. And did Aura have a fantastic PS2 commercial?
Bro.
Eric, it's about the journey, not the destination.
Oh yeah. By the way, she got
She
taken out by an absolute absolute chunk against Tobias Beckett.
Yeah.
Who was Jango Fett taken out by? The second greatest Jedi living at that time.
And also, I mean,
When it comes to Jango,
Aura got humbled by little baby Ahsoka. I'm just gonna throw that out.
by the way, that graphic is indeed
Joke.
from the PS2 commercial for Bounty Hunter.
No way. Oh my god.
So perfect.
Directly preceded,
Perfect.
shout out to Michael McCoy for this. Directly preceded by Jango Fett drinking his bounty out of a lake using a straw.
Oh yeah. Well, and I
Good
love that
lord.
scene because it's like the Batman scene where it's just like, "Who are you?" I'm Jango Fett.
It's so ridiculous.
So good,
It's
man.
it's
They
so
they had
stupid.
the sauce for that one.
Covered in sauce.
All right. So I voted for Django. Is Aura getting any votes? Cooper, Claire?
You know what? Aura is getting a vote from me because
Yay.
Bring
Thank
this
you.
to
Thank you.
the allegations of bias.
yes, but also Django killed Gone Too Soon King Coleman Trevorrow.
That is
The
R.I.P.
force's favorite idiot.
That is
R.I.P.
Damn right. And Cooper's favorite idiot too.
and Star Wars' favorite dinosaur.
Yes.
The dinosaur Jedi. Claire?
Sorry, it's gotta be They cloned him.
It's
They're
gotta
like,
be
this guy is
Django.
such a perfect specimen. We're gonna make gazillions of him. And I was thankful.
If we, sorry, my brain went somewhere else. Like, you know that scene in Endgame when they're talking about Captain America's ass is America's ass?
America's ass.
Yes.
Does
The
that
galaxy's
make?
ass.
I was gonna say, does that make it the Republic's ass?
Yes. Yes.
I think that
You have
I
a
think
point there. You have a point there.
that it was a little form fitting now that I think about it. That phase 1 armor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God bless it.
Sorry,
Really contrast.
I didn't mean to add another point into the column, but you know.
I love that all of these arguments are coming back to cheeks. Love that this is the theme of the day.
I'm a simple man.
I belong here.
Look, Star Wars has always been a place to find a great ass.
We're 28
100%.
minutes in, and we've already gotten out of hand, which is painfully late for In a Galaxy stream.
I'm telling you, look, if Jango Fett's ass was the Republic's ass, like the Empire, who
That's
was
a
the
good
Empire's
choice.
ass?
Vader?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see it.
Well,
That did not get singed off, so yeah, that remained.
There you go.
It could be
Still there.
Tarkin. Remember that one time?
And the
he
New
was, like,
Republic's ass
super-
was Han, obviously. And then the Resistance's ass was Rey.
Oh.
Okay, I was gonna say Poe, but yeah, sure.
Poe's the
Oh.
Republic bicycle. Okay.
No, you gotta give it to Rey.
Post the Republic's bicycle.
Yeah, that's true.
And who
Oh,
are you going for?
we love a chaotic bisexual.
Is there any other kind?
Right?
And who are
Didn't
you going for?
I voted. I voted for Django. I agreed
Okay,
with
never
Claire.
mind. I-
He's a perfect specimen.
Mm,
Okay.
Dead
Oh,
ass.
mm.
Django Fett's going to the next round. All right. This is going to be
Sorry,
this is
Jacob.
going to be, totally
Well
fine.
played. Well played. I accept it. I accept it.
This is you all know that meme. It's all gonna be safe, and we're all gonna have a great time. This is that before the other part of the meme, which will I'm sure be at the end of the round. Jacob, give me 45 seconds.
All right. Start whenever you're ready.
One of the greatest hunters in the galaxy. One of the dopiest hunters in the galaxy. One of the most failures in the galaxy.
Mhm.
These are all things that can be applied to OG of Festoon. OG of Festoon is one of the greatest and also worst bounty hunters in the galaxy. I know Sith Hunter, Bounty Hunter, whatever. look, okay, if you need a guy to go to Exegol, if you need a guy to find Palpatine's Strandcast clones and then utterly fail at doing that subsequently, you can ask for no better than Ochi of Festoon. Also, by the way, did I mention I'm burning the stream down if Ochi doesn't get past this round?
Well, prepare to shut it down, Eli. That's about time as well.
All right.
Ochi of Festoon. My favorite.
You have Sabine if I don't go full Joker on the stream.
All right. Listen, we only need 3 words for Sabine to prove her greatness. And those 3 words are wielded the Darksaber. Sabine is so iconic, and like bounty hunting was only one of the many, many, many accomplishments she had, but it was one. She was a wonderful example of a Mandalorian, a sympathetic character who created a super weapon that was ultimately turned against her people and had a change of heart and set her on the road to redemption. What an incredible story. Again, and lastly, wielded the Darksaber versus MacGuffin dagger that did nothing. The end. Thank you. That's my time.
Thank you.
The deck that did nothing. Put that
Correct.
on
Eric,
now.
correct.
It's
Next
a drug
question.
kill Billy with a knife.
Eric, correct. Next question. All right. I see this was a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
Well, the stream has been fun, hasn't it?
Now, but hang on. Could you have imagined?
It's all going to be
if it was-
safe. We're all going to have a great time. Now it's time for the next part of me. What
This
the
would've been
Jesus Christ
amazing.
was that?
If it was Dengar versus Ochi,
Oh,
it would have
sweet.
been so perfect. That's the fight I wanted to see.
Just
Well,
a chump off, if you will.
Oh,
A little bit.
Or as I like to say, guess I'll go fuck myself.
never a bad time to use that clip.
I mean, we
Never
we
a
got
bad
a vote though. I mean,
We
you
do.
know, you never
I know,
know.
but I can already see the way this is going. I don't need a Jedi sense to see into the future of how this is going. All right, let's do this. I
Okay.
still have 2 people left, and I
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
Sorry, Sabine.
It's Sabine.
yeah. I mean, look, I will say one thing that Ochi has going for him in this situation is that when I think Sabine, I don't think Bounty Hunter because, like you said, she's done
I feel like both of
so
these
many
characters
other things,
kind
and
of
she's
stretching to say bounty hunter for both of them because Ochi's a Sith hunter and Sabine
Yeah.
was a for like
And he's not a good one.
Yeah, she was a
Yeah.
bounty hunter for like 15 minutes.
yeah. So like
Well,
But she was. A
There's
cow.
also-
Although, if you look at the directory of bounty hunters on Wikipedia, Sabine's name is there.
and
Mhm.
also
That's
in
true.
that time, she got involved in a chaotic lesbian relationship.
That is
Is my
Oh.
head. So they were more than partners.
that's actually why I felt that it was so great putting these 2 characters together because they're both great characters but terrible definitions of bounty hunters.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Ochi of the
I'm
Stupid
going with
Stuff.
Sabine though. Sabine's one of my very favorite characters in all of Star Wars. And Eli, I say this with love. I am so sick of hearing you talk about Ochi of Festoon every single day for the past like
This
I
is where
don't
it
even know how many
On-air
years.
on-air breakup. It's happening, guys.
Hope
Yeah,
you
Eli,
enjoyed
Eli.
the last Star Wars in a
hope-
Galaxy podcast.
I hope one day I will find someone who I love as much as you love Ochi of Festoon. I hope I find my soul character,
That's so
my
beautiful.
soul match.
I love that.
Because on a very real note, your dedication is so admirable to this.
It's
to this-
terrible. It's
It was,
Man.
it was such a roller coaster. I swear I thought you were gonna like reach through the screen and freaking slap me, and then you turned into I hope I find somebody with as much dedication.
Mhm.
But it
And
still gives-
I
it still
relate
gives
to
me
that
pleasure to
feeling,
bounce
Eli.
Ochi. Don't get me
I
wrong.
relate to that feeling, okay?
I-
You know,
yes.
I feel you. But no, honey,
Yes.
no.
Ochi advanced far in the Glup Shido stream, so I'm fine with that. Like I'm fine with this. This is
Yeah.
fine.
So
That's
I-
where he belongs. He
That's
belongs
where
as
he
a
belongs.
Glump and nothing more.
Not that we
Did
need
we
one
listen to the audiobook? Did we?
Not that we need
Ochi.
one more argument for Sabine, but I mean, I do want to reference the highway scene in Ahsoka and just also mention that's Mandalore's ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's Mandalore's ass.
Just keeping on theme here.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Wait,
yeah.
no, that's not right. Give me a second.
I was like,
This-
wait, I'm up. There we go.
Finally entering the
Whoop,
fray.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not right. Anyway, this round, Jacob, are you ready to prep this timer? Sugi versus Kendo Voss.
All right.
Cooper, tell us about Sugi.
I would love to tell you about Sugi, Eli. What I want to tell you most about Sugi is that she went up against Darth Maul and lived. That is one of my main arguments here. Did she kill him? No. Did she put up a damn fine fight? Hell to the yeah. She did. She almost kicked his ass. Almost. There was extenuating circumstances, okay? On Nalhutta to guard the huts. And then she almost kicked Darth Maul's metal ass. His shiny metal ass.
Bringing it
What
around.
more do you need?
Oh, that's
Fair
what you were talking about. Okay, I thought this was for a second. I thought this was in the Maul comic. I'm like, oh, that would
No.
make sense for that series. No, you're talking about the Clone Wars. I'm like, he wasn't
Yeah.
metal then. Oh no, he actually was metal then. Okay,
He was
cool.
metal at the time and had a brother, so
Is
Yeah.
Darth Maul
Oh,
Dathomir's ass?
no.
That's it.
Not anymore.
Exactly.
No, because he doesn't have that
He
anymore.
doesn't have
No.
it.
We lost
Shiny
that
and metal.
But, yeah,
I know.
Bender would be proud.
I think it would be Savage.
Actually,
but
thank you.
nobody
We
else
all know that
wants to
It
give
would
Savage
be a
credit.
Saj. Don't act like it's not a Saj.
Exactly.
Well,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not-
I forgot about Asajj.
I'm not
That's
going to give any
that's
more
very true.
comments to who's defending Asajj. I think
Me!
Yeah.
I am.
So hush.
All right. Em, you want to talk about Kendo Voss?
Of course I do. Kendo Voss. Yeah, if we're going to talk about people who went into tough situations and lived to tell the tale, Kendo Voss is your woman. You know, I mean, she went up against the 709th Legion at Doc Ondar's. She is a mercenary, you know, extraordinaire. She runs her own crew. She heads a gang. I mean, come on. If you don't just have to take care of yourself and be a lone wolf, but you can also wrangle a bunch of others into your criminal enterprises, like what is more powerful than that? Come on, like having other people do your bidding. And the fact that she had the creativity and quickness of mind to wield a lightsaber, despite the fact that she's not a force user when the heat was on and she needed an escape plan. She's quick on her feet, man.
Absolutely.
But is she?
I will say I appreciated in the Kurosawa episode of Tisa View. I really did appreciate that Sugi was like one of the first bounty hunters I've seen who actually worked with heroes.
Yep.
Like who actually said, you know what? Look, if it gets me what I want, I will actually maybe kind of do the right thing.
She's the people's bounty hunter.
She
The people's bounty hunter. I like that.
I hold a lot of respect for that.
This is a good matchup though, because like so Eli's mentioning points that M made, but for Sugi, like they're very, very, very similar characters in a lot of ways. So like this is a really stalemate matchup.
Did Kendo not work for the First Order, or am I wrong about that?
No, she was kind of working for herself. She had contact with the First Order, but she never really picked sides. She was one of those like, I don't have a side, I'm on my own
I
side.
was just
people.
quickly looking at her Wikipedia page and I saw like mentions of Kylo Ren. I'm like, well, if she's working with the First Order, I'm not sure exactly how much she'd be the people's bounty hunter. But yeah, okay.
Everyone's got to get paid somewhere.
Yeah, I got yeah, I have a vote for Sugi. Jada, Claire, Jacob.
I'll go with Kendo Voss. I'm feeling Kendo for this one.
Yeah, because if I have to do something, Jacob's immediate response is to do the other thing.
It's just coincidence this time. Like, I promise. I know I just went on that. I know I just like freaked out about OTFS Doom, but I promise you
We
that's in the
always
past
make
now.
up reasons to go against each other. It's yeah. All right.
Because what our show is founded on is just like disagreeing on
It is what our
everything.
show is founded on. It is what yeah. No, we all know this way too well. Claire, Jacob, one each. since maybe a highly contested round.
It's a hard round. Well done, everybody. Oh no, I'm being judged.
You are.
I think. Sorry, Koopa Doops. I think I gotta go Kendo because who runs the world and the crime all over the place? It's Kendo. I think that more folks being roped in there. That's what I think. Sorry.
It's Kendo for me too, because I think weighing the scenarios that were mentioned, she had more success than Suki did. Suki made it out, but Kendo
Almost kicked his
thrived. Almost.
All right.
Almost.
Here we go. The matchup everybody has been waiting for.
Oh boy.
Oi, oi, oi.
The press.
Fight.
Man, this is my weakest pick too. Man, all right. Eli, would you like to go first? Would you like to start?
Yes.
All right, whenever you're ready.
If you vote against my choice of Zam Wessel, you are voting against Star Wars in a Galaxy as an institution. We stand with a firm truth at this show, and that is that Zam Wessel, not Wiesel, Wessel. And look, she didn't hit the ship. I know that's a problem, but it's not her fault that they used a decoy. She had no way of knowing that. That was something for her employer, Jango Fett, to know, and for his employer, Count Dooku, to know, and for his employer, Nute Gunray, to know, and for his employer, Darth Sidious, to know. And do I have to do this whole meme again?
Yes.
She is a Claudite. She can transform into anybody she wants. And she evaded 2 Jedi for a very good amount of time before her own boss stabbed her in the back or shot her in the neck, really.
Wow.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan.
All right. Talk about some Trandoshan. Give me a second. Talk about some Trandoshan or something.
Trandoshan.
Why is there? Why are you moving camera out? I'm scared. Oh, that was just okay. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Here we go.
Filming for posterity.
we want to talk about foundations. We want to talk about institutions. In this, everyone in our sphere, all the people that were part of our little network of little podcasts and all our cool stuff. What does everyone love more than Star Wars Rebels? Well, let me tell you something. Bosk actually worked with one Ezra Bridger 5 years before the Battle of Yavin. He hired him as his guide on Lothal while he tracked down a bounty. I don't think you can say the same about Zam Wessel, unfortunately, Eli. What's more, he was put in a Republic prison alongside Boba Fett during the Clone Wars, where he also mentored him, like my other pick, R.I.P. Aura Singh, showing a soft side, taking Boba Fett under his wing, and mentoring him, making him into the fearsome bounty hunter we know and love. Also called up by Vader in Empire Strikes Back. Pretty impressive resume, if you ask me.
Don't let me down here. Don't let me down.
I mean, it's Bosk for me. Easy.
Whoa.
Like I love Zam. I love everything in the idea, but based on what we get, I mean, it's just like it doesn't stack. I mean, I go Uncle Bosk all day.
Uncle Bosk.
Uncle Bosk.
You know what?
Worst uncle ever.
He was
traumatizing you.
I gotta go with Zam Wessel. That's Wessel. Gotta make sure you say it right. It's Wessel.
Yes.
Wessel as in Wesselmania.
I don't care
Yes.
what
I have a t-shirt that says
Deanna
that.
Walsman says in the Bounty Hunter game. I don't care. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga called its first chapter a wrestle with her last name. It's not a wrestle with herself. That's a crime.
Star Wars Celebration Anaheim sold t-shirts that said Wesselmania too, and I'm not gonna lie, I own that shirt, so yes, that is canon.
I need to that shirt now.
It's a great shirt.
That feels like a serious missed opportunity for us that we didn't get our hands on those shirts.
Dude.
And the Wesselmania, yeah, they're rad. They're really rad.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
We have a vote each for Wessel and Bosk.
I'm gonna go with Bosk. Normally I am biased against trash oceans, as I like to call them. But I also hate bugs. So
Wow.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I love mic off. That's all that needs to be said. Sorry.
Also, as far as Claudites go, I feel like Cato Paracity was like more successful than Zam Wessel as well.
Mm.
Cato Paracity was
I think
actually
it's
going to be one of my
problem.
picks originally, and then Eli convinced me to take someone else.
I mean,
You know
she
who I
got in the
convinced you to take,
Jedi.
actually. You know who I convinced you to take, and now I'm really regretting that decision. Bosk. Because nobody else had picked him.
I think that's the problem, though, is that if we consult the canon document, in the canon document, there's somebody who's so much more successful as a bounty hunter. Unfortunately. I can't believe I'm saying this. I gotta go Bosk. I can't believe myself, kind of hate myself, but here we are.
That's valid.
Hate it, but
We're in a Trandoshan redemption arc. Like,
Careful.
Okay.
they're not that bad.
One left.
you know what? I'm open to that, I gotta say, because like I've already
One
been
left.
rehabilitated in my views about ponchos, gingers, maybe Trandoshans have a chance.
One left. All right. Here we go. Jacob and Cooper.
I'm taking it in, Eli.
Let's-
I'm up in the rivalry.
Yes, I know.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
wait, I'm up again.
Yes, you are.
Yes, boss.
No
Boy.
rest for
Okay.
the weary.
All right.
All right.
Jacob, tell us about the villain of The Mandalorian
Okay,
and Grogu,
okay.
I think, maybe. I don't know. Oh, wait. Shoot. I forgot. I'm timing this. Okay, go. Tell us about Okay, go.
Me or I say you cut out
Yeah,
there for a sec. My
you,
Wi-Fi
you.
was acting up.
Tell us about the main
Okay,
villain of The Mandalorian
Okay, let's
and
talk.
Grogu.
Let's talk.
Maybe, I don't know.
Let's talk Embo. Let's talk Embo. Silent and deadly. He is one of the best hats in the business. I mean, just think about this for a second. Think about that Clone Wars episode on Scipio. Who else do you know can turn their hat into a snowboard to pursue his enemies down a mountain? Went toe to toe with Anakin Skywalker, held his own, didn't die against one of the most powerful Jedi ever, while basically snowboarding, looking absolutely steezy as hell. I mean, what more can you possibly want? He also teamed up with Sugi, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka, defended the farming village on Felucia against Hondo Ohnaka's pirates.
Sorry.
He survived the box as well. What more do you
Okay.
want? What more do you want?
Little ball.
Snowboard hat. That's my final argument.
All right.
No word head.
4LOM.
Yes.
For long, if you want
As
to be
for
nasty.
There's one thing that I love more than charismatic droids, and that is free will. And I love charismatic droids who use faulty programming to reprogram themselves in order to gain free will. Forlom is that bitch, and he always will be. Was Embo on Vader's ship being told no disintegrations? No, he wasn't. Because you know why? Because he was off flinging his hat somewhere else. But Forlom and his bestie were in the running for that Han Solo bounty. They were known, and they were badass. There are multiple stories about their badassery across the galaxy. I think that's it.
Mike.
I hate
Mic
to do
drop.
this. I hate to do this. I'm betraying everything I know and love. And I have to vote Embo.
Ooh.
Snowboard hat did it, huh?
I've always loved Embo. I really, yeah, I love that hat. I love Dave Filoni reading some
Got his
French book, just kind of like just randomly. Look it up. That's the background of how he voiced Embo. He's just like decided to say French words weirdly every once in a while.
French.
Jada M. Claire. what do we think?
Forlom.
Thank you.
I
Forlom.
love that weirdo.
Yeah.
Love him. Love him. Love him. Sorry.
So I'm
Have
partial
to.
to cool hats. My second favorite Jedi is Kakruk, so like it's a soft spot. But this isn't the best looking bounty hunter contest.
It's not a fashion contest.
Which Forlom would also win.
This isn't the best dog dad contest.
Dog Dad contest.
This isn't the best bad-mouthed character voiced by Dave Filoni contest. It's the best bounty hunter. And I do think, although it's a shared trophy with his boy Zuckus, I think Forlom's got it.
See,
Well played. I accept it.
All right.
I will say one thing, if I may.
I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna let him say one more thing.
Fine.
I wasn't sure. I was thinking.
go ahead.
I can appreciate that. Does Forlom have Sabine painted graffiti of himself inside the ghost? No, but Embo does.
Nobody
That's
has a lawyer.
that's the real victory.
All right, Jacob.
That's the real
Go ahead.
victory, even if he's no longer in the competition.
Start my timer.
Oh, God.
All right, go off, Eli.
Let me talk about the Book of IG-88, a story about IG-88's rebirth after being left to death in the Sarlacc pit. Oh, no, wait. That show doesn't exist. That show is the Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett remade into one of the most badass characters of all time after just standing there in The Empire Strikes Back and being treated like a chump in Return of the Jedi. Jon Favreau, Robert Rodriguez, Dave Filoni made Boba Fett into one of the realest, one of the most complex characters of the Grogu saga, with the Book of Boba Fett and, of course, his appearances in The Mandalorian. The badass gunslinger, the first thing he says once he's back, let's put our weapons down, have a chat. This guy is not interested in the one thing that bounty hunters are supposed to live and die by, violence. He remakes Jabba the Hutt's empire out of what? Respect. Not fear, respect.
Sorry, I was muted. Time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah.
my fault.
We're good. We're good.
I promise that
All right.
wasn't collusion. That was a
No, we're
a genuine.
it
fuck up
would be
on my part.
collusion against me if it was collusion. Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
So let me tell you about my boy IG-88. He is one of the most successful killing machines in the entire galaxy. He became one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy for about 45 seconds, let's be real. But he still succeeded in uploading his consciousness into the Death Star 2. And you know what he would have done? He would have destroyed everything because he is such a badass. He hates human life in general, well, just organic life in general. He has one of the best legend stories in all of Star Wars. And you know what? That's another thing. He is a droid with free will, and he still chooses to be a badass. Conscious choice.
Well argued. This is a
It is
tricky
well
one.
argued.
This is a very tricky one. Oh man.
I'll go ahead.
I feel like there's a limit to how much I can fuck with Eli.
You're getting texts, no matter
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Bit Boba Fett. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
sleeping
sorry.
outside tonight.
I'm sorry. But I mean, like, I'm literally like, come on.
Oh yeah.
All right, one vote for Boa.
If we were having this argument in a pre-Mandoverse world, it's not, in my opinion, going to Boba. However, we are not. In the post-Favreau Star Wars world, it goes to Boba. Because I was always Team Boba Fett as a chump. But he's not. He's not anymore.
Claire, I will 100% completely agree with you. If we were having this conversation 5 years ago, I would have said IG-88 as well.
100% I would too. But no. The whole thing for so many years, like, but he looks cool. So does IG-88. But no, Favreau.
He can dispense.
Favreau ruined it. Not again.
I'm going Boba as well. Although I do have a soft spot for IG-88.
I do too.
Pretty one of the most unique.
Most other people, I would
Star Wars.
It like brings me no pleasure to do this, you know.
Like hating all living things. I think that kind of right now that's a pretty good feeling that a lot of us share.
Yeah.
Hating most organics right now.
Fair, although to be fair, IG-88 doing that is cool. I prefer Salvage doing that. Cooper, you know what I'm talking about. But I prefer that Magna Guard doing that. Watch Ionized Bastards. But yeah. Yeah, how dare I promote the great RPG show? It's been going on for 3 seasons that you have freaking been in.
Yeah.
Ooh, shots fired in the chat, Woodsy. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Wow, that is wow. That is another snub of this list is IG-11. Now that I'm thinking about it, IG-11 did not get on to any of our lists.
I mean, he's a good boy, but also live action isn't the end all be all.
Exactly.
And also I would also argue that he's not even the best CGI Taika Waititi character. So mostly because one of them is now our president. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you that we had an election and we all decided that president.
Yeah.
538 votes.
Yeah.
Due to a late influx of mail-in pamphlets, Korg is now the president of the United States. That's what we're talking about.
That's my headcanon now.
I hope I get committed to it as much as you are.
The revolution is coming. One of the only images I have on this screen is just, and I just did a gimmick to show somebody because I made this stupid ass meme of Korg being president.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
No, we're good.
Korg is crashing the stream.
Yeah,
Seriously, hang on.
We're running the router for Sakar. That's what happens.
There we go. Okay, am I good now? I'm no longer like the ring. Okay. Yeah, I'm voting Boba Fett. I do have a lot of love for IG-88.
So much.
He's so entertaining and it was so much fun to watch him on my television. But I just feel like Boba Fett is just so big and takes up so much space. I just feel like he earned it.
All right. Well, I genuinely thought for a second that there was going to be a chance that I might lose this just because of how badly things are going for me. Which is by any time anybody's like, wait, are you giving Jacob and yourself extra slots in the bracket stream? I'm like, remember, we've hosted like 8 or 9 of these. Jacob and I've never won a single one of these. We're not good at this. I just narrowly avoid a full clean in the first round. All right, this is gonna be a contentious one.
Oh yes.
This is gonna be a tough one. All right. Talk to us about Cad Bane, Jado.
So to round out my D&D alliance chart, we're talking about the chaotic neutral here, the one who, just like the other two, I think the biggest thing is I picked guys who all in a room I think would respect each other, but also not be able to outclass each other because they're all great executioners of the job. They all get it done, but they all get it done differently. Cad Bane gets it done by any means necessary. There's a kid involved, no worries. You know what? That little baby that was sent by the client for Mando to find, that'd be dead. No problem. No season 2, no season 3. That baby's dead because Cad Bane doesn't care. But that's not who got sent. You want to talk about, one of the best bounty hunters, Boba Fett, who was always his foil? Cad Bane. And arguably he's still out there continuing to be a badass blue bastard.
Wow.
All right. And Claire, Asajj Ventress.
What's up? What's up? What's up? So let's talk about style. Let's talk about cold-blooded, gorgeous, venomous spider woman killing everyone and everything in her path and becoming a better person at the end of it. That is Asajj freaking Ventress. She is gorgeous. She will stab you through the stomach with a lightsaber and then she'll kiss you on the cheek, just be like, nighty-night, sweet prince, okay? She uses her sexual abilities, her sexual tension to lure men in and kill them as a bounty hunter. That's canon. She does that. She's amazing. She will not work for a client who is not doing good things. She will not work with people that end up screwing everybody else over. She gives everybody her fair share at the end of the day, like she did with that stupid little train episode where she had to lock baby Boba Fett in a box. She's gorgeous. She's stunning. She's a stone cold killer. 2 lightsabers, hot. That's all I have to say.
Okay. This is one of those rounds. Like I remember we had a first round match in the Jedi one, which was Mace Windu versus Ben Solo, which is just
That's
like
wow.
two heavy hitters in one round. I have to admit I've had complex feelings about both of these characters in the past. If this were a few years ago, just a few years ago, my answer would be different. But it's the Bad Batch that changed this answer ultimately, and subsequently the Book of Boba Fett that changed this answer ultimately for me. Wow. When Cad Bane showed up at the end of Reunion in the Bad Batch, that's a chill-inducing moment. When he walks from the Desert Comes a Stranger, I just saw, 3rd anniversary today, walks out into Freetown. That's a bone-chilling moment. I'm not a huge fan of Cad Bane, but even I can't deny that those moments have impact. So I'm going for Cad Bane.
He got stabbed in the stomach with a gaffy stick. He done. She's out there.
But he's got a cool hat.
Cool hat points. What's with the cool hat points?
He has such a cool hat. He killed somebody for that cool hat.
That's true.
He does.
I'll have to talk about that. But
her bounty hunter name was the Bald Banshee, and it left people in terror.
Partially inspired by
Jacob M. What are you thinking? Cad Bane or Asajj?
This is one of those matchups where you're just like, this is so unfair that this has to happen in the first round because these are 2 incredible picks for best bounty hunter. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Asajj Ventress. I think she's a phenomenal character. I don't necessarily think bounty hunter.
She's been doing that for years.
When I think Asajj, I know, but I feel like her behind this Dark Jedi and finding her way again, and gosh, it's difficult. I'll go with Asajj Ventress though.
Yeah, that's right.
She's the homie right there. I can't say no to Asajj.
The hairless homie.
Although Cad Bane is a phenomenal bounty hunter as well. He strikes fear in every heart, and he was really getting the best of the Jedi in the Clone Wars. Like you can't say about many characters that he was really outflanking and outmaneuvering them at a lot of different turns.
So was Asajj. She was murdering them left and right.
I was gonna say that was gonna be one of my points. Was how well he did handle the Jedi, but I mean, it like in skill, they're actually very evenly matched. If not a little bit more in Ventress's favor because of the Force.
Yeah, I was going to say the Force kind of tips it for Ven, and just her extensive Jedi and Sith training.
True, but it took 2 to be able to take down Cad Bane finally. You had Quinlan and Obi-Wan. So,
well, one bounty hunter took down Cad Bane, technically.
Yeah.
So,
Technically.
One badass, one of the best bounty hunters, which I probably shouldn't put a point in someone else's character. But of course,
I only have one left, Jacob. I only have one left, and it's him. We have one each for Ventress and Cad Bane. Cooper M.
Listen, I have friends at This Is the Way Seekers, And in order to keep those friends, I'm going to have to vote for Asajj Ventress. But seriously, though, on her merits, 100% Asajj Ventress. Today, tomorrow, forever. I mean, just the fact that she was the one who gave Anakin his scar.
No, it wasn't. He slipped in the bathtub.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Ventress. Thank you.
Yeah, when you add in 2003 Clone Wars, it's really hard to choose anybody except for Ventress. Sorry.
Wow. Really? Wow. 3-1 Ventress. Wow.
I'll take it. If it had to be anybody.
I just love her so much.
All
just
right.
do.
Here we go. Another extremely contentious. Are we staying with no wait. Here we go. I think, right? Yeah. For the second time. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No, that's my
No.
boo thing.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got it mixed up. For the second time, Jacob, tell us about Din Djarin, the Mandalorian.
I mean, what's left to be said? I mean, it was brought up earlier about the merits of wielding the Darksaber, and I mean, at the end of the day, I think he wielded it well. Only passed it on because he's a traditionalist, and he respects women's wrongs, and so Bo-Katan. But at the end of the day, who did Bo-Katan, wielder of the Darksaber, still call on to be able to help to free their people and unite their people? It was Din Djarin. Who was the one giving the pep talk to Bo-Katan to be able to do all of that? It was motherfucking Din Djarin. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, who can get all of this done, all the things that Jango Fett and Cad Bane can do, and still be able to retire over on the flats of Navarro? It's Din Djarin. He gets to have a happy little life and still be a badass.
All right. And Claire.
Said.
Master Assassin, Fennec Shand.
See, you're starting my own argument for me. You see, so Fennec Shand, 3 words, 1 name, Ming Na Wen. I don't know how much further I have to argue other than that. Although I'll let what other people say about her in universe do my arguing for me. Master Assassin. She received that title way back when. Din Djarin himself calls her an elite mercenary. His words, not mine. She can shoot a moving target, a speeder bike, 300 frickin' meters away and knock Din Djarin off of his little speeder in the middle of Tatooine. The only reason that she ended up losing that is because of Toro freaking Calican and a stupid move by him not obeying Din Djarin's orders. She has an iron stomach. She's got abs of literal steel. She's amazing. I love her.
By the way, who did she get shot by? I don't recognize dumbasses. So yeah, no.
Mirror.
Can't kill her.
Look, I extremely respect what Din has done for Star Wars. I really do. But if I'm repping Boba Fett, I have to rep his wife too. That's just a rule.
Good point.
So that's my vote for Fennec. Also, I just watched Cornered from the Bad Batch yesterday.
It's so good.
That episode is made
I couldn't even get to that.
That episode is made because of her.
That's it. That's what. Next round, babies. Next round.
Also, Din, again, I just have to say, love the character. Din, like Sabine, kind of has that problem for me. Great character. Awful bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'll
you
throw my
said-
vote in for
Where is failures? I see
Grogu.
successes.
Trying to climb up that sandcrawler. He
That's a
was
good point.
terrible at that.
Grogu.
that was not a
Grogu,
finest. That was not his
that
finest
was
moment.
after fighting off an army of Nikto. I mean, he was not at his best when he did that, but he still survived,
He fell off that
and he
ladder.
successfully managed to turn it back around by killing the Mudhorn, earning his signet.
Yeah, but he also needs
I'm not
help from
disagreeing.
Grogu for that
with-
too.
I'm not
didn't he?
disagreeing with the talents of Fennec Shand. I'm just
Fennec
saying,
did
if
all
you're going
of
to
that
say he's
with a
unsuccessful,
scar on her.
don't.
So I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, my vote's for Fennec.
If we're going off merit alone, I'm also going for Fennec.
Yeah, I gotta vote Fennec. I mean, the way that she cleared out that entire room of people.
I was gonna stop making Claire's arguments for her, but that scene for the Book of Boba Fett at the very end is chilling.
Yes,
is just chilling.
Yeah,
she's ferocious. Ferocious.
Unanimous, or you're gonna give Din a vote?
I'll give a vote to Din Djarin. I mean, he is no slouch. He's the dog himself. You know, I wouldn't be right to give the clean sweep to this matchup. Although I am quite a fan of both. So this is obviously a difficult decision.
All right, and that is the end of round 1. We are
and made it despite the adversaries. I mean, again, you're not citing unsuccessful things.
This is very funny. This is legitimately very
incredible.
Hey, the bounty hunter doesn't choose the bounty. The bounty hunter doesn't choose the bounty. He had a job to do. He did it.
My favorite part is it's a glorified Uber.
Glorified Uber, so good.
But J-Dub, you're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination yet. Let's see. Give me a second. Yeah, here we go. This is round 2 starting with the Mando off.
Oh gosh.
Talk to us about Jango Fett. Again, J-Dub.
All right, so y'all want to hear successes? Apparently, y'all deem success as the greatest trophy for these bounty hunters. I get that. I respect that. That's why I'm going to talk to you about how Jango Fett was not only the Republic's ass, but prior to that, he was the original Mandalore's ass because he was Mandalore. How he led his people in a civil war against the Jedi. Not only whooping a bunch of nameless Jedi's ass, which is easy to do. I mean, everybody on this list has done it to some degree, but he also gave Dooku himself a run for his money. He whooped his ass so good that he remembered it 10, 15 years later, and he was like, you know what? I need somebody to whoop somebody's ass. I remember Jango Fett. I'll set up this weird scenario to end it up there so it's not a bias, but at the end of the day, Jango's the boy. He's the one I'm calling.
All right.
Also, he's got purple.
Sabine Wren.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Mandalorians who are veterans of the war, Sabine fits the bill perfectly. And not only did she operate in the interest of the Empire, but she also eventually joined the rebellion. She's played all sides post-war. You know, she got up to all kinds of cool stuff with Ahsoka. She went to an entire other galaxy. I mean, who is more well-traveled? Who's more experienced? I mean, the amount of knowledge and strategy that she has in her brain can barely be contained, which is why she has to put graffiti everywhere. Not only that, but she also designed the iconic symbol of the rebellion. And I think that is a lasting mark on the galaxy that needs to be respected.
So I have an enormous amount of respect for both of these. However, and I love Sabine, and she really, really struggled against Shin. She really did. Jango Fett, no force sensitivity, no weapons, bare hands only, 5 Jedi, Battle of Galadran, dead. Also, one of the star of one of the greatest video games stories, I think maybe ever. Look, if I was same thing. Honestly, I feel like it's a reverse Fennec situation where, yeah, I'm repping his de facto wife Zam. I'm repping Jango in any other case too. Hey, Brendan.
I hate to agree with my esteemed co-host Eli, but and I hate to let you down as well, Em. I feel bad since that Magnanimous loser
That's
comment.
impressive. Getting Jacob to vote against Sabine is extremely impressive.
Yeah, but I'm voting against Sabine because I love Sabine and because I don't view her as a bounty hunter, because I feel like as a character, that's such a small little part of her story
We've done a
and what she
disservice to
means
Sabine because
to the fans.
Jacob's had to
Also,
vote against her
Jango
both
Fett's
as
just
Jedi
like
and bounty hunter.
legendary
So-
status. So I will go with Jango Fett on this one, although I do feel like I'm going against my own nature by doing so. Jango Fett.
And she's the best rebel and Jedi on this list. I'll give you that.
That's
I was gonna say-
definitely easily.
Jacob's had to vote against Sabine both as a bounty hunter and a Jedi. I feel like we have not done Sabine the Jedi. She's been on two different lists. Jacob had to vote against her both times. This is not good. I don't know. Eric, to answer this question, I don't know if Jango can survive a tummy stab. I do know that he is that if you really push him, though, he will be ahead of the competition.
Oh.
Hey. Stop. I mean, I for one
Slam dunk.
disagreeing with Eli. But in this case, I think it's Django. I gotta go with Django.
It's the purple jumpsuit.
Claire?
Yeah, I just think that if we're going off bounty hunter, report cards during that time, but do I like Sabine better as a character? Yes, I do personally. I love her. I would go to war for her. I'd do anything for her. Sorry, but in the bounty hunter off, it's got to be Jango. My heart hurts having to say that.
Well, Emma's
all
not out
good.
of this yet because she still has another one in the game. Em, why don't you start talking to us about Kendo Voss?
Of course. Kendo Voss, what does she want? She wants honor back for her family. I mean, what is a more compelling motive to turn to a life of crime? That was really her only option, coming from Nar Shaddaa, home world of the Hutts. And, she put her back into it. I mean, like I said, she gathered up a posse. She gathered up a gang. She is an expert at heisting. And she's just such a badass. So quick thinking, agile, able to adjust in a crisis, goes up against the First Order, tries to hunt down Finn. I mean, she's never shied away from a challenge. And I don't think you guys should either.
All right.
All right. It's Jacob. I'm going to start your timer. 45 seconds. Boss.
We've heard a story about a bounty hunter with conscience, honor, working to give her family better opportunities. What about a bounty hunter who's just an absolute asshole and a piece of shit for no reason other than the love of the game? I'm talking about Bosk. I mean, come on. He hunts Wookiees. He hunts other sentient beings for fun because he feels like he should culturally. Like, this guy's just like, I feel like he's what being a bounty hunter is all about. He has zero friends. He has zero alliances. He's literally just out there being a menace all the time with his scaly green menace mask.
Sorry, I wasn't watching the timer. Okay. I'm gonna put it to the three of you first, Jada, Cooper,
no.
Claire.
Eli wants to deal the death blow to Boss.
I want a second to think. I want a second to think about this.
Buck, you may have a point. We'll see.
So I was not present for most of this. I apologize.
No problem.
Our cat is a menace, but so is Kendo Voss, and in this scenario, even without having to hear the arguments, as much as I love Bosk and as classic as he is, he's also always second best. And I think this is no different in terms of success. I mean, even You know what? We've talked fashion on a lot of these characters. Even there, he loses out. What is that? A used Doctor Who suit? Man. So I mean, I love him. I love a big boy. I love a big scaly, but yeah, Kendo.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jacob.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Kendo Voss there. And I was here during the arguments.
Oh. I think this is hard. This one's another difficult one for me personally. I just think that he's an absolute menace to society. He causes chaos. I think I gotta go Bosk. Why am I pro lizard people? It's not usually my stance either, but wow. I think I gotta do it. Oh my god.
You know what? Screw it. Chaos. I'm voting Bosk.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Leave it to the people to
All right.
decide.
Democracy. Set that
manifest.
9-second timer.
Here we go. We got a little bit more time. I don't really know what else to say about Bosk. Of all my picks, I really thought he was going to get knocked out the first. I'm not going to lie. So,
Hey, look, there's
know.
something to be said for just being a lone wolf scumbag. I mean, sometimes that's just what you need.
Wookiee scalps are pretty menacing. But I love a boss babe. I love a woman who runs things. I didn't like voting this way. And she runs everything.
Chat, weigh in, Bosk,
Yeah,
Kendo
anyone in the chat, Kendo Voss or Bosk.
Time's a ticking down.
I mean, I guess the thing about Bosk, I don't know if there is a thing about Bosk. He's just always been like that. He's introduced into Star Wars and he's like that. He just you can always count on Bosk to just.
I don't know. Do we want to count? Do we want to count Buck's supportive comment as a vote for Bosk?
I'm not willing to do that yet, just because
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Buck settled it.
Okay, all right. By narrow, Bosk goes to the next round.
Can we believe it?
No. Goes
Elite, goated, Bosk.
Gives Frenzy offense up, taunt. It's an hour
This
and 22
ship is a pain in that game.
Hour and 22 minutes. I'm surprised it took that long for me to pick the first Galaxy of Heroes joke. You
were restrained. You were very restrained,
yes,
Eli.
I was. All right, here we go.
Hey, and can I just say once again, I'm the first person knocked out.
Hey.
You did good. I will say you got 2 to the second round, which is more than I got. So that's
you represented well. That's what this is really all about.
I have to knock myself out next time.
I'm here to have fun. Like I said, that's why I'm here.
Actually, that's how we'll do it then. I just realized because Claire's facing herself. We can't do that. So
I'm arguing myself.
So Claire, who do you want to argue for, Ventress or Fennec?
Oh my!
Does that mean I get the other one? I get to argue the other one?
Yes, it does.
What am I supposed to say? What am I?
And then Claire will defend the other one. Just for that round. If the one M defends wins, you'll go back to defending in future rounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Either way, I'm moving on.
Either way.
I'll go with Ventress next round.
All right. Okay. So we'll defend Fennec, but that's not.
I feel like you should have to argue yourself.
Now you get a sneak peek inside my brain on a daily basis.
Cooper, talk to us about Forlong.
Well, based on who I'm up against in this round, I don't have super faith in myself, but you know what? We're going to go off style. You know, I just love a bug-looking droid. I love a droid that looks like something else. Like, I've said publicly before that my favorite droid of all time is a Lep droid, because bunny. But, listen, man. Bug droid. Big fan. He's got the head of a fly. He's got multi-segmented eyes. I think that wins in style points, personally. And also, loyal partner. Always going after Zuckus. He loves that little freak. He's that weird little dog man who's always trying to use the.
Such wholesomeness, dear Lord.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's do this.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh God. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
For the other one.
I rest my case.
Shut up.
I didn't
The
know we
look
could
back
do this.
was
Show and
perfection.
tell.
I know, right?
Listen, man.
Yeah.
I rest my case. I don't think
Speaks for itself.
I don't think I need anything else.
Hilarious. 2 ships, 1 rocket.
Yeah.
And my favorite part is I was aiming for the other one.
Incredible.
Even in his failures, he's a ridiculous success.
But is
And the
he
look
humble?
back just to go, did you see that shit?
Like, I know you saw that.
My backpack got jet.
Man.
Boba, Lil Fett. My bounty hunter, Jabba Hutt. Yeah, it's Boba Fett. It's Boba Fett. I
I'll
mean,
go with Boba. Go
Yeah,
with Boba.
it's
yeah,
Boba Fett.
it's Boba. It's Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
All right, now the match.
I'm very happy that we got some Forlom representation. It was very
Oh yeah,
nice.
me too. Absolutely.
Weird little freak.
I actually that was another one of the snubs I was thinking because Zuckus didn't make it. So didn't Ethan Sachs make that quirk in his like? Or maybe it wasn't Ethan Sachs who made this quirk about Zuckus, but maybe it was just like it was the first time I'd seen it was in his Bounty Hunters comic, which was Zuckus always referring to himself in the third person.
oh no, that's been around
yeah.
for a very long
Okay,
time.
that's been around forever. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
that was in the Tales from the Bounty Hunter book.
Yeah, it's something about his species.
They just always refer to themselves in the third person. I find that very quirky and very Star Wars.
It's
So,
an entire race of weird little freaks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little gas huffers.
All right, let's do this. No matter who wins, Claire wins. But do you want to tell us about Fennec Shand? And
Fennec Shand, legendary, iconic, boss babe. I mean, she is so effective. Her, as was mentioned previously, her skills with a gun are legendary. Her sniping is incredible. She not only knows how to do her job as a mercenary with brute force, as witnessed in Book of Boba Fett, but also with subtlety from a distance with a scope. That kind of versatility and also her sterling reputation, those are things that you can only earn with a drawn out legacy of quality work. She is a striking figure in the bounty hunting community, and nobody can match her reputation.
all right, and Clare, Asajj Ventress.
So, Asajj, before she became an actual bounty hunter, she was an assassin. It doesn't matter if you're a Jedi, doesn't matter if you're a clone, doesn't matter if you're just in the way, you're done. Peace out. Nobody can touch her. That just plain and simple. She's able to do super close, like hand-to-hand combat. She's got the lightsabers. She's amazing. She's beautiful. Not only was she wanted by both the Separatists and the Republic, she was literally chilling out on Coruscant, actively taking bounties under their frickin' noses. She loves a girl group. She teams up with fellow bounty hunter Latz Razzie, who is cute as a button. She teams up with Ahsoka to get stuff done. She loves a girlfriend. We love a girl's girl. She's the bald banshee. She survived Force lightning and being put it back into the waters of Dathomir somehow. And guess what she decides to do? Come back and keep up bounting hunties is what I was about to say, but you know what? That's kind of the way she does it.
Counting those hunties.
Yep, that's
Bounting
how she does it.
That is this round, the Bountin' Hunties.
That's correct.
That's right.
All right. I can go first. Yeah, no, it's Fennec for me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh wow. No doubt in your mind.
Wow.
Look, she makes her own argument. I mean, I barely had to
Mhm.
say anything. I could have just pulled a, like a 4-minute, 33-second thing and just sat here in silence and just had you guys think about Fennec because
About Fennec Shan.
I
We
mean,
said her name. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, Buck, this is where it starts to get difficult.
It's tough.
The-
This is a tough one.
final- The winner of this round will go to the final four against Jango Fett, Bosk, and Boba. This is where the decisions start getting very difficult.
I
still can't believe Bosk is still in it.
I know.
I know.
For representation.
Right? Oh man, I think, man, it's like choosing between like love and smiling. It's hard. I'm gonna go with Asajj. Got to.
respect.
Girls.
I'm gonna go back to my argument against Imbo and be like, if we were looking at a lot of other things, I think Ventress clears easily. But then I remember this is the best Hunty Bounties.
Hunty bounties.
And
Bounter Hunties.
Bounty
Bounty
hunt.
hunties.
although one of my biggest arguments against the landslide against Din Djarin is that an assassin and a bounty hunter are two different things, she's still a better class of bounty hunter, I think, than Ventress as well.
And she took bounties in Bad Batch. Like,
I mean,
She did
yeah,
that.
she did.
Ooh.
And then she was a master assassin in Mandalorian. So somewhere in there, she had a career change.
Hey, Asajj was also taking bounties during Bad Batch. She just took out M count people. She was taking the M count super dangerous force sensitive ones.
Well, that's fair. Exactly. She was doing her
and
thing.
and unfortunately, the only time we saw her in the Bad Batch was her refusing to take a bounty.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Hey, but she's got a moral compass. She got a moral compass.
That's true. So if anything, she really wasn't a bounty hunter because she had no intention of really fulfilling those bounties.
But yeah, I think who hasn't voted? Jacob, I think you're the last vote. You have the chance.
I gotta go with Fennec. I gotta go with Fennec as well. I think I'll just just to echo what everyone else has already said. I kind of feel the same way. I love Asajj, but she is so much more than a bounty hunter in this case that I think Fennec kind of fits the bill for being a bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's actually really a compliment. Yeah. She's so good at everything else that bounty hunting just isn't like.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
not her MO.
Either way, I win, man. Either way, I win because
semifinal
the choices are great.
Semifinal round one, Jake and Jacob, which means, unfortunately, Cooper, I think you've unfortunately been eliminated from the bracket, but very well done. I was very surprised to see Forlum going to the second round. And I will say I voted for Sugi as well. But anyway, Jada has Jango Fett. Jacob has Bosk. Go ahead, Jada.
So I think if you reference back, I've cited a lot about the true neutral that is Jango Fett and his badassery. He's got quite a resume, and that's great. It's great to be an excellent professional. It's also great to be a family man, and I think in this case he clears that by having millions and millions and millions of children. And I mean, when you think about who you want executing the bounties for you, you don't want somebody who's a racist. You don't want somebody who is a scalper. You don't want somebody as vile as Bosk. Ignore every other good thing I've said about him. Yeah. At the end of the day, you want the job done, but you also want to sleep at night. And I feel like Jango Fett can get that done for you better than Bosk.
Wow.
It's character assassination, folks.
Give me a second. Just updating our sheet so I can make sure.
Whole different kind of bounty hunting, a character assassination. Assassination.
All right, Jacob. Talk about Bosk.
Oh gosh. Gosh. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Look, Jango Fett. Look, this is bounty hunters we're talking about. There is no moral compass here. There is no sleeping at night. You want to talk about the platonic ideal of just going out and killing and capturing and maiming and bringing despair into people's lives just to get paid? That's Bosk, baby. Like, he worshipped the scorekeeper. That was the name of his god, the scorekeeper. Like, this was a game to him. He just wanted to run up the numbers. He furthermore, look, he got his arm ripped off by a Wookiee and grew it back. Like, if that isn't an amazing asset to have as a bounty hunter, just being able to grow back your limbs when you put yourself in crazy dangerous situations and finally get what's coming to you, like, I just think, like, in terms of being a bounty hunter, that's kind of a great quality to have. And I think that, I mean, clearly Jango Fett couldn't grow back his head when he stupidly, how am I on time? I feel like I should be. When he stupidly walked.
Oh wait, shoot, I wasn't timing it. That was absolutely
okay.
my bad.
I'll cut myself off then.
Yeah,
I won't get
sorry.
into
I'm
the
sorry. I was busy setting up a dumb meme. Which was,
this
by
guy's
the
got his
way,
priorities straight. This guy's got his priorities straight.
was, by the way,
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
At this moment, he knew he fucked up.
again, too busy setting up dumb meme. This is what we're establishing, and apparently breaking one of my piece of equipment. Not really breaking it, just accidentally disabling it. But either way, Jacob, it gives me, I would say it gives me no pleasure to do this, except for I'd be lying. It gives me a lot of pressure to do this. To vote for Jango.
Wow.
You always get me back in the end. I never get away cleanly.
I play the long game, baby. I play the long game.
So J-Dub said something, and in my head popped, is Jango Fett the Nick Cannon of the Star Wars galaxy? Which is why I must vote for Nick Cannon.
That is maybe the funniest thing ever. That's canon now. Where's Daniel when you need him? That's the friggin' canon.
Yep. Make it canon.
Make it canon. Jango is Nick Cannon. Make it literally canon.
It's literally Nick Cannon.
I mean, I know I have to sleep next to you tonight, but like, I feel like it's not about quantity, it's about quality. I think Bosk wins for me.
Yes!
Is Jango a good daddy to all of those millions of children?
Neither's Nick Cannon.
I mean, at least, I mean,
I'm gonna say it's good dad to one of them.
well, I mean, Boss killed his own father, so I mean, I'm just good dad, good son.
I'm not gonna allow this to stand. Bosk ate his own father.
That's good.
Well, yes, that, you know.
Dude, this is, you're just proving my point right
He
now.
was hungry.
You're
killed
just
his own
proving my
father.
point right now.
Is ruthless and ruthless and like cold-hearted. Ate his father is a level of fucked up that like is so fantastic for a transition.
That just makes him a bad son and a bad bounty hunter.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Kratos is his father's name. Because apparently it's just the thing that they have to all end with OSSK. So I think
They can't pronounce anything else. Everything ends with a sk.
Maybe Boss was just mad because his father was lazy because he basically only named him B.
Aww.
But that's my thing. Like, if you look at like I know it's a lot of legends, but if you look at like Boska's background, that's a really hard thing to say backwards. He has the makings of being one of the best bounty hunters. Like, his people, his race are literally bounty hunters, like, just by default. But like,
This is true.
I'm just saying, it's just like, but who do you think of? It's usually a T-visor of some variety, not lizard scale.
That is also true, unfortunately.
I think we got to make the legend happen, but that's just we got to make the final matchup happen. But who hasn't voted? Give me a second.
Me. And I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I mean, I am on my road to redemption in regards to my opinions about Trandoshans, but in this case, I got to vote on the side of the great cakes. So I go for Django.
All right. We
All
have a
right.
chance to. We
Well
have a chance
played.
to.
This feels awfully familiar. Not the first time you knocked me out of this game. You really got my number today. You know, I'll be back.
We have a chance
So
to.
fear not.
We have a chance to finish the story, and I want to finish the story. Okay, Jacob, get the timer ready.
Oh
Give me
boy.
1 sec.
Whew.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
So let's review. Boba was taken in by an indigenous tribe on Tatooine, and they graciously welcomed him into their culture, and he learned all about that. And then when no good poachers, colonial poachers, tried to take even more land from these Tuskens than they had already been stolen, Boba said, "Hey, you can go fuck yourself. We want the Tuskens want their land back. They want they know they've been here way longer than anybody else on Tatooine. They know this land better than anybody else." And then he took down a goddamn train.
Goddamn train.
He also snorted a peyote lizard.
He did do that.
He did do
On
that.
accident.
Yeah, but it was cool
Yeah.
though.
That
It
I
was
was going to
cool.
say that's supposed to count against him.
Who among us wouldn't?
All right, Claire,
All right.
to do this, but yeah.
I love to do this because guess what? Yes, Fennec Shand in Book of Boba Fett ends up working for Boba Fett because, you know, he saved her. Sure, right? But throughout that entire story, Boba Fett is making weak-ass choices. And guess who is here to be the muscle and lay down the law in that entire story? Say, hey, Boba, go take your little bath. You need to make sure you feel better. It's Fennec. She's taking care of business. She's taking care of Cad Bane in Bad Batch. She's taking care of everybody. She's taking people out left and right. Silent but deadly killer. And her effect, like a fart, lingers on. She's a sniper. She's amazing at hand-to-hand combat. She has crazy reflexes. She catches a vibroblade out of the air that is thrown at her. She's amazing. She's Ming Na Wen. She fights all members of the Bad Batch at the same time. Boba needs her.
Yeah. Yikes.
Let's
I
finish
ship
the
it.
story, everybody. Let's finish the story, everybody.
Yeah, uh-huh. Oh man.
This is a tough one.
It is.
This is so tough.
It's a timer for sounds of contemplation.
Okay, so let me go first. You know, I came here with my crew of all 3 women here to represent feminism. And I have to say that as much as I enjoyed seeing Boba Fett in live action, like in Mandalorian, I was more excited to see Fennec Shand. And so with my squishy girl brain and my squishy girl feelings, I'm going to vote for Fennec Shand.
Mhm.
It's not time to make a change. Take it easy. That's your fault. There's so much.
This is how we get taken off YouTube.
It is. Oh man.
Everybody knows what that song is called, and everybody knows exactly what I'm gunning for.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Well,
Would it be funny though?
Would it be funny, though, is my favorite justification for a decision.
I mean, that's how I go through life, man.
He needed
So,
her. He couldn't get anything done on that show without her. Just saying.
that
So-
is true.
to that argument. I
That's
feel
the
like
part where she was on the train.
the hard. Well, he still needed a strong female because Tusken Queen kind of really rocked that.
Yes,
Um,
and I'm not saying that that's not true, but that wasn't
right, but she's not. I get it. So the hardest part for me is that I feel like in almost all regards, I think Boba Fett gets bingo more for his heyday era of like the original series and everything like that. I feel like that's where he was top tier.
The original series. Did I miss one of these episodes where he's around with McCoy and yeah, did I miss that?
Fuck you. You know
Sorry,
what I mean?
I don't know why I made that.
All right, fine. So everything Boba Fett did prior to Return of the Jedi, falling in the pit like a spaz, I feel like is peak bounty hunter. But then everything that happens after that, I think the title in this scenario shifts to Fennec. I feel like she's more badass in the post Return of the Jedi era than Boba Fett is.
But she was still doing it that whole time.
Right, exactly. So it's just
he has the longevity.
Yeah. So I feel like when he got taken out the game, she kept going. And she's definitely the right hand of God in the Book of Boba Fett situation.
I mean, I think Eli got me with anti-colonialism. Damn, hate you. I'm going with Boba Fett.
Let me be clear.
I cannot stand. I cannot stand. I just want to get if I can get on my soapbox for like 2 seconds. This has nothing to do with any of this. I cannot stand when people bash that goddamn show and say it's not about anything.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
but literally that's Land's back in episode 2, and barters at the beginning of 3, to against price gouging for water. Like that. This is the series that's not about anything. It's just about banging action figures together. I'm sorry. What?
It's the white conservative experience to ignore anything that's not badassery, because that's all we look up to. So, I mean,
I have one vote for each. We have one vote for each, Jacob. And wait, actually, I don't think I actually got who you were going for, Jacob.
So what's the count out right now?
What you getting at?
One each.
One each.
Oh, man, this is really, really difficult. I feel like there's different ways to interpret what best bounty hunter means, what question we're asking, that lead me to different paths. I think, gosh, I'm really struggling here. I think J-Dub, you made a really good point. I think in universe, I think Fennec ultimately ended up doing it sort of a peak versus longevity argument, where I think Boba Fett was so notorious, but Fennec was just doing it longer at a really, really high level.
It's called sexism.
Well, now I feel like my hand's being forced to. I don't feel comfortable.
That's why you didn't hear about her. She's Master Assassin, and nobody heard of her until Mando.
God, yeah, everyone's pulling out all the stops right now. I am gonna have to go with Boba Fett.
Boo.
I'm sorry.
All right.
When I think about bounty hunters, I think about Boba Fett first, always.
Jada, you have the chance.
I have to honor that.
You have the chance to throw this.
So to Jacob's point, I'm gonna say that my favorite bounty hunter is Boba Fett. And I think in an isolated case, if you ever asked me, I would always still argue he is the best. Ignore this when I go to defend my title in the next round. But in this matchup and in the arguments made, looking at everything, I do think Fennec outclasses Boba Fett. So he's not dethroned in my heart, but he is dethroned in this match.
Jacob, put a timer on that. Everybody get in the comments.
Oh, man.
Get
in the comments.
Oh, man.
Comment section. Do you hate women? Just kidding.
Come on.
I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Please,
comment
no, I'm
section.
joking.
Comment section.
Come on.
We already got a Fett in the finale. Come on now. You can't do your colonialism argument. You got a Fett in the finale.
So what you're saying they're all the same? I think that's racist. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow, they're close. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what the Book of Boba Fett's all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Boba Fett became Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett.
I agree.
I'll argue that point to
But he wasn't bounty hunting at that point.
There's a strong case for that.
Janet and I are just walking on eggshells because we both love both of the Fets, and we can't. But we might have to argue against them in the next round.
Exactly. It's
so not to say anything bad about any of them.
Right. Like, oh my gosh, it's so difficult.
All right, Chad. Boba Fett, Fennec Shand.
Also, can I just say, sarcastically using "they're all the same" as a barb against a character who was literally cloned thousands of times is absolutely hilarious.
And played by the same person.
I literally have the same
I know. Please understand. I'm joking. If you vote for Boba Fett, you're wrong. But also, I don't think you hate women. I want to make that very clear.
No,
but you're wrong. But it's fine.
We're all in good fun. But all in good fun here.
Hey, we have a vote for Fennec in the comments.
Right under the wire. Right under the wire. We have a vote for Fennec. I think we have a winner.
Give me a second.
I think Fennec's moving on.
Give me a second. Shit. Where is it? I don't know what I'm looking for.
Have to pull out the perfect meme.
Was the timer done? Oh, it's tied again.
Did Buck make it or did Buck not make it?
No, I don't think Buck made it.
I don't think Buck made it. I mean, there's a lot of delay, but I think we have to give it to.
A second.
I think we do have to give it to Fennec. I have to honor the timer that I set. Sorry, Buck.
Here it is. Yeah, you get the rest. And I'm out.
Where did I go wrong?
Out. The final round. I want to emphasize again. I'm going to want to put this on record. Jacob and I have sometimes given each other. I've sometimes given Jacob and I in bracket streams like an extra choice, like every once in a while when like they're divvied up. I want to emphasize for a fact. This is the ninth bracket stream that we're doing. Jacob and I have not won a single one. Neither of us. No.
Eli, have you ever made it to the final round? I don't think I've ever made it past the semi.
I made it to the final round last time, but I think
you're doing
that was
slightly better than me.
I
feel like I kind of take pleasure in like choosing characters that I like don't think are going to win, and then just try and get them as far as I possibly can. I'm still bewildered because I chose Boba Fett for bounty hunters and Palpatine for Sith, and I won for neither of them. Very confused. But yeah, all right. Django Fett. Oh, here we go.
That face.
No thoughts.
Go right ahead. Django Fett.
We're getting extra time on this one. Take like I don't know.
Yeah.
Take like 90 seconds. I want to hear you guys empty the clip.
60 seconds. We'll do 60 seconds for this one.
Okay, yeah. I guess we are kind of running long. All right, whenever you're ready.
Defending a character 4 times is so hard.
it gets to you, yeah.
But with a character like Django Fett, I just want to reiterate all the qualities that I've been driving home this entire time, in that he is a guy that gets it done, and he doesn't necessarily play sides, although except occasionally working in his own spin on it. If he can manage to get a son out of it, he will. But yeah, I mean, what a success rate he has. I mean, he's taken on every kind of person, every kind of type of enemy that you can think of. Jedi. He's taken on other Mandalorians. He always manages to come out on top, except that one time because it was Mace Windu and the plot dictated it. But yeah, he's a class in and of his own. It's rare that you get a character that so many others keep referencing as one of the best, but it's Django.
All right, and Claire, for the final time, Fennec Shand.
I don't hear any title before Jango Fett. The Bounty Hunter Jango Fett, maybe, but I don't hear Master Assassin Jango Fett. Title earned through her work through the original trilogy era. She's been in the biz longer, survived. We're looking over a span of like 30 plus years of creative, brutal, like combat. She does it a multitude of ways, not just muscling her way. She can use creative explosions, to get Cad Bane to knock him off of the shit. She can hold her own with the best in the business. And yes, we both love Boba. We both have a soft spot for Boba, which is why I love we're both in the finale. But Ming-Na Wen, creative, brutal, quiet assassin, gonna come in the night, drop down like a cat burglar from the ceiling and snap your necks. She will strike fear into the hearts of anybody she comes across. She's just brutal, and she does it with style.
Good point.
This one is the ultimate choice, and I gotta say, I really did think I was gonna get to the final round with Boba, and I'm still a little shocked that I didn't.
I'm shocked that you didn't as well. I want to say that too.
The council made a decision. I'm not going to quote the rest of that Nick Fury line because I don't think it was necessarily that stupid ass of a decision.
But it just goes to show why she's great.
But this is the guy who taught Boba everything that he knew, and a little bit, I still kind of believe. And as much as this is two people are very close to my guy, and I'm sorry, I gotta go. I gotta go with Django.
My vote goes to Fennec.
Yeah!
I have thought about this carefully. This is not just me being biased and girl power and whatever. I feel like...
And honestly, if it was, I wouldn't blame you.
Fennec is... Honestly, I feel like Fennec would have smoked Mace Windu. Like, if it had been Fennec instead of Django, I really feel like she could have taken him.
I support that. Anything to get rid of that guy,
Oh my god!
I feel like she
killed kicked the ass of all my favorite characters: Django, OG, Ahsoka. I don't forget Citizen. No one's gonna forget Citizen.
No one's gonna forget Citizen. I really feel like Fennec has the versatility, like the creativity, out of the box thinking, flair, and menace that I look for in a bounty hunter. Like, if somebody told me like Jango Fett is coming for you, I'd be like, who? If somebody told me Fennec Shand is coming for you, I would be like, how do I grab onto the next Purgil and get to the next fucking galaxy? The end. Thank you for your time.
All right, 1H. Cooper, Jacob, you holding your hands. The final decision.
This is a tough decision. This is a very, very, very tough decision, as it should be.
I don't envy you guys.
However, when we're thinking about best bounty hunter, I think that there's only one option here that truly checks every box of what we're looking for, and I think that it's Fennec Shand for me. Just because we see more of her fantastical exploits on display, throughout the Clone Wars, throughout the Grogu saga, and I think Jango Fett, we are at least on screen, books, comics notwithstanding, we are told a little bit more than we are shown. And so I think for these purposes, I think Fennec has to take the cake. Also, girl power. Yeah, Fennec's awesome.
Good point.
Also cake.
Super.
Didn't even think about that, but had to bring it back.
Do you want to choose chaos or do you want to choose Fennec Shand?
Eli.
Two very tempting options for you, I know.
I'm surrounded currently by Jango Fett's and Boba Fett's.
My shrine, yes.
Your beautiful, beautiful shrine. But with my squishy meat brain, I'm going with Fennec. Because she's the best.
Your winner, Master Assassin Fennec Shand, has taken the bracket.
Sweet.
Wow, what a shocker.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yay, Claire!
I won something.
Good job.
You're
No, Fennec won everything. I did nothing. I showed up and rode Ming Na Wen's coattails, and I'm glad to do it.
with
A good place to be.
with myself, Jacob, Jared, and Tori. If you you will be going to the Star Wars characters bracket. That was a hell of a time. Fennec Shand. Fennec Shand joins the other winners of this round: Rey Skywalker and Lord Vader.
Wow.
Nice.
Some good company to be in, you know.
That's breathing rare air.
Incroyable.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a lot of fun. Before we go, I do want to do in a Galaxy tradition for our stream, which is just to do one 6 degrees of Star Wars. The comments. Feel free to pitch in the comments. Actually, I'll have. Let's see. Claire, actually, as you won, I'll have you pick a number 1 to 3. I've written 3 of these. Just pick a number 1 to 3.
2.
All right. Okay. Here is the 6 degrees. Connect
Oh God.
in as few steps as possible. We have one very well themed for our for the season we're currently doing with Star Wars in a Galaxy. Orville Skeen.
Host?
Moss Baccarat in Andor.
We've been watching too much Andor lately.
That asshole in Andor. Orville Skeen
Okay.
and Carson Teva.
Okay,
Yes.
wait. Gotta think about it.
Orville Skeen and Carson Teva.
Orville Skeen to Carson Teva. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit like this sentence that's on the screen right now is exactly why someone came up with the Glup Shitto meme to begin with, Eli. I just hope you know that.
Good point.
Carson Teva has appeared in 3 television shows.
Arvel Skeen to Andor
God,
to
yeah.
Chopper to
Chopper?
R2.
No, wait, no.
Let me finish. To R2 to R5 to Carson Tate.
You can cut out 2 in there.
Orville Skeen to Andor to
To Chopper,
Chopper.
to Carson.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Hera's hearing.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
As Ziono.
Oh yeah. Straight from
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Right.
Tells
of
Chopper to
course.
shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think of him as Orville Skeen. He's cousin. So we go from cousin to he doesn't have a name. It's just cousin.
Right. No, that was You definitely.
Wow.
Is
saw my
anybody
rope.
before? That's good. I forgot that
That's a good
Cass and Chopper are technically in the same place. Well, I'd be willing to say they probably crossed paths. Because they're maybe even if they didn't speak to each other, they are within the Yavin 4 base at the same time.
Oh yeah.
That's like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's a yeah.
That was the big stretch. Was they're both there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, I guess.
Different departments, but you know.
Different departments.
And if we can't do that, we'll say Mon and we'll put Mon in there. who's definitely talked to both Chopper and Cassian. So,
If you're
yeah.
direct contact.
All right. So there's only one thing left to do, which is for everybody to plug where they can find them. Let's go first to
do that on camera.
Claire. Where can we find you?
Oh, me. Well, you can find me on both the Imperial Senate podcast and on Broaxium. I do Broaxium streams every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. Tuesday nights I'm playing Ocarina of Time with Rogue, who's never played it. And it's really fun because it's my favorite game of all time. And then on Sundays, we do general pop culture roundup. And then on Imperial Senate podcast, we have episodes drop every now and then. And I do reaction videos for every live action show. But you can follow everything I do across the galaxy at C-Stribs on BlueSky and Threads and not at that other place, but an Instagram. So you can go find me there.
All right. Thanks so much, Claire. I'll go to J-Dub and Cooper next. Where can we find the both of you?
Me primarily on BlueSky, but also kind of on Instagram now and then with pictures of pets and toys. Both of those, it's Duke Trooper 117, or you could just search J-Dub and pick the one with the gay little profile picture because that's me.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I am also the one with the gay little profile picture. You can find me if you try hard enough. Like I'm exactly in your heart, under your bed, in your walls.
Just talk about James Tiberius Kirk enough, and you'll find Coop.
Exactly. You can find me in Eli's text messages telling him to watch more Star. You can find me.
I just watched two yesterday.
Attaboy. You can find me at Boopenheim on the BlueSky and on the Instagrams. I'm there.
All right. And finally, Em, where can we find you?
You can find me on BlueSky. My username is Hettsleia, Hutttsleia. And I would like to plug some of my friends' projects, if I may. So there's Scotty Holiday Star Wars that has a YouTube channel that I highly recommend. They are also affiliated with the This Is the Way Seekers podcast, which you can find on your podcatchers. And finally, my friend Robin has made a short film called Donuts If I Do. You can find them on YouTube at TETPNK Donuts If I Do.
All right, thanks so much, Em. And that's going to be it for this stream of Star Wars in a Galaxy. Jacob, this was a hell lot of fun. I'm hoping we'll figure this out with your schedule. I'm hoping to do the next one in May, the next bracket stream in May, Best of the Rest, which is going to be a bracket full of characters who are not Jedi or Sith or bounty hunters, all the other people.
Assorted scum and villainy.
And other people. Your Poe Damerons.
And other people.
Your Finns. Your Kylo Rens. Your Mother Talzins. Your Cobb Vance. I
almost feel like we got to break that down further. There's just so much potential there. I just feel like none of them have enough in there's no other category for me to have enough to justify a bracket of their own. Fair enough. Which is why it's Best of the Rest. But yeah, no Star Wars in a Galaxy this week. We're kind of treating this as this week's Star Wars in a Galaxy. Next week, Mo and myself will be covering the 6th episode of Star Wars. And or a Star Wars story, as we're now supposed to call it. Jacob, unfortunately, will not be joining us for that episode. We've had some scheduling difficulties, but never fear, he will be back to cover episode 7 announcement and onwards. We're still working on getting at the confrontations back up, but we have 3 exciting matches coming up. That being the team's title match, Buck and Mo versus Charlie Ashby and Nikki Kumar, Claire's 2 co-hosts on the Imperial Senate podcast. In the team's title match, the Coaxium run, with teams headed by our friends Andy and Goose from Andy from Gender Squares and Buccaneers, and Goose from Triad of the Force. And what's that third match? Yes, that one hasn't been announced yet, but it will be an exhibition match of
that will be very fun, that we've been writing for a long time, and I'm so excited for. That's going to be it for now. You can find us everywhere you get your podcasts, at In the Galaxy Pod, everywhere, but mostly we're on BlueSky now, as many of our friends are. That's where you can primarily find us. Join our Discord server. We're trying to build a community on there as well. And make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss any other epic confrontations or In a Galaxy YouTube stuff that we do. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and may the Force be with you. Always.
Always.